some exciting news that broke like literally seconds before I got Will on the horn to do the interview. If you're watching this, I already went live with it yesterday because it's such big news. But Baylor has announced that Brittney Griner, the greatest women's basketball player ever to play, greatest basketball player to ever play at Baylor, I think fits here. And on the Mount Rushmore of Baylor athletics, no doubt, is getting her number 42 retired to the Foster Pavilion rafters. That's going to come on February 18th, pregame at a 3 o'clock Saturday game against Texas Tech. Guys, this is so exciting, man. Like I'm so happy to see this happen. It is so long overdue, inexplicably overdue. And I know there was problems between, her and Kim Mulkey after Brittney left, and the things that came out about that, and obviously the being detained in the Russian prison kind of divided a lot of Baylor folks. And one of the people, Kim Mulkey, her actual coach, who was of course at LSU by the time this happened, wouldn't say a word about it. And Nikki Collin, who is now the Baylor coach, who never coached Brittney Griner, was in full vocal support. And honestly, I'm not here to talk about Kim Mulkey, but it's scary how little she talked about it. Whereas Nikki Collin, great representative of Baylor University and great preserver of the history here at Baylor, was the one showing her love. And she mentioned it from the beginning, like right when she got here. She couldn't believe that Brittney Griner's number was not retired. Baylor does have 6 of those, I think is what the release said. This will be the 7th. It is obviously way long overdue. And like, I can't stress this enough. When you're talking about the best athletes ever at Baylor, it's RG3, Mike Singletary, Michael Johnson, and Brittney Griner. 4-time Defensive Player of the Year in the conference, 3-time Player of the Year, 3-time All-American, 2-time National Player of the Year, and of course the taliswoman on the 40-0 national championship team in 2012. Well, I was going to read the nice article written by Zach Smith on the Waco Trib, but they've put it behind a paywall. So I will go to the press release, which I love, but this kind of has the quotes that I was looking for. Brittney Griner was reached for comment. She said, "I'm honored to return home to Baylor and celebrate where so much of my journey started." And I feel so bad because I know that that's not something she could have said like the whole 10 plus 11 years that she's left Baylor. I don't know if she ever felt welcome to come back. And that's like, I'm so excited that she is feeling that way now. She said, I'm grateful to Coach Nikki and the entire Baylor community, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity to be back on campus, spend time with the team, and have my family beside me to share this incredible moment. Sic 'em Bears. Mac Rhodes, we're excited to welcome Brittney back to Baylor and share this special day with her. There's no doubt she's one of the most decorated student athletes in Baylor athletics history, and we're thrilled the timing has worked out for all of us to celebrate and honor her. She always has been and always will be a significant member of the Baylor family. Like, man, that's such exciting stuff. I'll one more quote here. Nikki Collin, we're excited to have Brittney back on campus and honor her with the retirement of her jersey. I have been saying this since I arrived at Baylor. Hey, I was kind of on this, that she deserves to have her jersey retired, and I want to make sure that happened when the timing is right. Opening of the Foster Pavilion, WNBA offseason, blah, blah, blah. She's one of the best basketball players in Baylor history, and we're thrilled the time has come to celebrate Brittney and all of her accomplishments. I shouldn't even have to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. No matter what you think about the Russian situation with her, if you can't be happy about this, you're not a Baylor fan. You're just not. And that's great. You could put on the gear and give some money to Baylor. That's fantastic. But A, you're not a Baylor fan if you're going to poo-poo this and say that she doesn't deserve it and actively oppress it. Because I know there are people in the Facebook comments right now talking about it. If you don't feel happy for her and for this university, if you don't feel that this is right, then you're not a Baylor fan. I am so excited. I'm going to be out there. I'm going to have to buy a ticket, but I don't care. February 18th, 3 p.m. against Texas Tech. We're going to have more on this week because this is such a monumental occasion for, obviously, for Brittney Griner, for the Baylor basketball program, for Baylor athletics. Finally, this university as a whole is embracing what Brittney means to this place and to this athletic program again. Because you want to talk about the year of the Bear? Everyone talks about the year of the Bear, 2011, 2012. Yeah, men had a great season. They went to the Elite Eight. Baseball had the great winning streak. Didn't go to the College World Series. Men didn't go to the Final Four. The women won the national championship. There was no year of the Bear without Brittney Griner. And to be quite honest, I don't know if this program has half the mystique it has without Brittney Griner. They had already won a national championship. Kim Mulkey was already going to be a Hall of Fame coach. We know that. But when you have a generational talent, one that people will be talking about 50, 60, 100 years from now in this sport, that makes a difference. Brittney, we are so happy to have you back. So happy. I can't wait for this, for her to have her moment, for Baylor women's basketball to have that moment, and to kind of close the door in what was an ugly chapter, because it never should have gotten that divisive, and it never should have been a situation where Brittney felt like she was not welcome back here in a place where she will always be an all-time legend on and off the court. 42 should have been retired before she even graduated, before she ever stepped foot off this campus, before she ever played a WNBA game. Better late than never. I understand why, to some extent, why they couldn't do it, but not enough. I'm so excited. No one should ever wear 42, and kids should be able to come to the Foster Pavilion and see the best basketball player ever to play at Baylor up in the rafters, at least the jersey. That's going to do it for us today. Thank you for Will Turboff for coming off the show. We will have more coverage on this Brittney Griner jersey retirement. I probably went over a little bit of time today because I was so excited to talk about that. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. It's your team every day. Thank you for making it your first listen today and every day. Locked On Baylor.